has allowed you guys to play so well as of late?
Oh, David. We seem to be, we seem to have settled in and enjoy playing with one another. We're playing very good basketball, and they're all playing well at the same time and playing well as a unit. MJ Collins is playing well. Sean Padula's been outstanding for a long stretch now. Hunter didn't shoot the ball well, but he was terrific on Saturday against Notre Dame. You know, they're all playing good basketball, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Lynn had a double-double last time he played Florida State. How's he looking for tomorrow?
Better. We were light with him yesterday. It's a hamstring injury, and just one of those nagging, irritating injuries. He practiced on Friday and practiced well. Matter of fact, I took him off the floor. I said, "You're a lot more important to me tomorrow at whatever time we play than you are, you know, here at the tail end of practice." Came down to shoot around Saturday morning, and it was really bothering him. We had Sunday off. We were very light with him yesterday. He practiced today and looked great, so he's ready to go.
Do you expect him to play tomorrow then?
He will play tomorrow.
Coach, if you could, you know, before this 3-game winning streak, you guys were on the road to playing to today.
I'm glad we're not there, Jimmy.
But just how big is it, you know, to get that winning streak, and then not only that, know that you, rather than having to play 5 games, you only have to play 4.
I don't know if it was a big deal when I was in the Southern. Nobody had ever won 4. I think Syracuse did it in the Big East. 5 with McNamara. Jerry McNamara had a big tournament. 5 consecutive days. You know, that's a load. That's unimaginable. You know, good for us. Now let's make the most of it and play well tomorrow against the Seminoles.
You lost to them in Tallahassee, but you won the rematch in Blacksburg. What do you feel you did pretty well in that rematch that you want to do again tomorrow?
One reason, we rebounded the ball. I'll give you 2 reasons. We rebounded the ball and we got to the foul line 30 times. We made more foul shots in game 2 than they took. They get fouled more than any team in our league. Jameer Watkins, he's a very good player, but that is like, let me say that the right way. God, he's like a heat-seeking missile. He's looking for contact, and he drives it. He puts his head down, and he drives it, and he's got one thought, and that is to find a body and to get fouled. You know, said it with so many others in our league. Judah Mintz comes to mind. If Jameer Watkins goes to the foul line 8, 10, 12 times tomorrow, that does not bode well for us. We have got to guard him without fouling, and that is not a great matchup for us, as he's a big man. And he's as much of a undersized 4 as he is a big 3. He's a hard match.
You've said they drive the ball violently. That whole team does.
Yeah, they do. Worley doesn't shoot very well. The mistake people make is they back off of him. Well, I mean, he's seen it time and time again, and he just catches it and gets downhill, and he takes up that slack, and now you're back on your heels, and he gets fouled quite a bit. So rebounding the ball and keeping Florida State off the offensive glass and off the foul line is in our opinion as critical as anything.
So if Watkins is a bad matchup, who's the lucky guy?
MJ Collins. MJ Collins. And it could be, if we can get to the stretch, if we can get to the 10-minute mark second half, we could very well put Couture over there. Who is, MJ Collins is guarding well. Couture is just so responsible, but Couture's done masterful work on the likes of Darren Green, Braden Shrewsbury, those kinds of guys, and Green is capable of making 5 threes and really hurting you. So that's the reasoning for that matchup, those matchups.
Coach, when you look at the tournament being up here in DC,
I think it's outstanding, Jermaine. I think it's awesome.
A lot of Hokie fans. I mean,
Yes.
how big is it to have that up here?
Yes, there are a lot of Hokies in the DMV. So I think we'll have a great crowd over there tomorrow. The Hokie faithful will be out in force. I'm certain. I've heard from a number of them. I look forward to seeing them.
So is this a special private tour of the White House you guys have today, or?
Yeah, I don't know how that came about. I assume everyone was invited. In the league.
Oh,
What?
no.
I think Brian Cox made it happen.
And fellas, if you have the opportunity to tour the White House, by gosh, you do that. I've done it 3 times in my lifetime. Those are memorable experiences. What are we doing? I had a kid point to the Washington Monument and said, "What is that? Is a big pole."
Who said that?
And I'm not telling you.
On this team?
On this team.
Okay.
This is like in the last day.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You gonna make them run laps, aren't you?
No, that hurt my heart.
What kind of experience is that for them, though, to take them to the? I mean, you've been there before, but like
Unbelievable.
Hunter's said he's never been to DC
Unbelievable.
before.
Never took our children here. My dad, growing up in Radford, Antietam and Gettysburg, and we'd come to DC. We probably came 5 times. The history here and the Holocaust Museum and the Vietnam Memorial and the Lincoln, we're not going to be able to see all of that. But to see the White House, I've done that with another team, not Virginia Tech, and that is, you'll never forget that. I mean, that is awesome. So we look forward to that.
Mike,
The start of the tournament, obviously fresh season. What was the biggest thing that you learned from the regular season that you think will benefit you guys?
There's so many lessons and so many peaks and valleys and highs and lows. A lot of them are alike. There's a lot to take from each season, and the good times and the tough times, and hanging in there, staying the course, trusting the process, if you will, and they've done a pretty good job of that.
First time you played them, they had 8 steals. You guys had
Yeah.
a bunch of turnovers. How do you kind of, you did a much better job the second time against that. What makes Florida State so good at stealing the ball?
Well, they're going to foul 17 times every possession. They are. You hope that a couple of them are called. Sometimes they're not. So your ball security and your toughness with the ball had better be good. Much better. In game 2, I think we turned it over 11 times. You got to get a shot every time down there. Our ball security in game 1 in Tallahassee was poor. They're just aggressive and really come after you, and it's a big part of the game. You got to take care of it.
But that aggressiveness with which they defend gives you opportunities for open looks, right? Because they like to get out in the lane, or in the passing lane.
Yeah.
If they don't.
David, but that's coach, and I have so much respect for him and how his team play. They play hard. They play very, very hard. This is what they do. They do it very well. They always have. And there's going to be some open shots. They just make you play at a different style.
Is that why Couture and Padula, time and again, those 2 guys have big games against Florida State?
Yeah, we don't have enough time to explain it. It's so unique in how physical and aggressive they are on the ball. They may switch 1 through 5. You can get downhill here, and here they come. They're swarming to the ball, and there are opportunities to pitch the thing around. But they do get their hands on a lot of balls, and we all know that has always been very important to coach is length and size. And here's Baba Miller at 7'1", a 4-man, and Jameer is a big young man. Worley is a 6'5", I think, point guard. Chandler Jackson's a grown man as a backup point. So that's how they do it. Nobody's doubting the results of that gentleman over the course of his career.
Mike, you mentioned how good MJ has been lately. What has allowed him to be so good? Do you feel like he's finally...
Well, he's making a shot. He's been awfully solid here defensively, David. And being able to play the point has been a real luxury. Play the point. What's going on, Dave?
I looked up the 5 burglars.
Let's have it. I am.
We had them all wrong.
Did we?
Oh, wow.
Virgilio Gonzalez, Bernard Barker, James McCord, Eugene Martinez, and Frank Sturgis.
Do not recall.
But see, I think
Any of those
Hunt and
names.
Looney were in charge of those
They were in
guys.
the parking lot.
I think they're probably in the hotel as they wanted.
I mean,
They were called
I'm just
shots.
walking in. I've never stayed here. Just walking in yesterday and thinking about the history, and it was really fascinating. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to go up and see that. See the. Wow. There's a lot of stuff went down. A lot of stuff went down. A lot of stuff that was never found or people caught. What did you ask me? I'm a hell of a lot more interested in this than your question. Dave.
I asked about how well MJ's played.
He's playing really well, defending, and being able to play him at the point. Tomorrow's a big deal. Tomorrow's a great example. They may take the ball out of Sean's hands in an effort to just disrupt how you want to play, how we want to play. And MJ does a great job with that. And now Sean is, up the floor, off the ball, and we can get him into some different things, which has been a real luxury. And we've had the opportunity to do that quite often here over the last half the season. He's played really good basketball. Proud of him.
Like, what did Makai's knee injury turn out to be that he's missed all these games?
It wasn't an ACL, but it was significant enough that we deemed it necessary to shut him down.
How much have in what ways have you missed him this year?
His versatility defensively, seemed against NC State and some others prior to shutting down. He was a good ball mover. He understood how to play. He was an excellent defender, 50-50 guy, grab an offensive rebound or 2 for every game. So we've missed that. Tyler Nickel, I think, has done a terrific job in backing up Robbie at the 4 and playing some at the 3 as well.